So while people are sitting here waiting for Nintendo to reveal the Nintendo Switch successor, Nintendo themselves, they seem to be more interested in doing everything but that. An alarm clock? Like, really? Come on now. Doing some weird play test for some weird Minecraft Roblox style game. I guess that's cool. You know, that's fine. You can do whatever. You are your own company. But individuals within the video game industry and fans of the video game industry are definitely waiting for the Nintendo Switch's successor to be fully unveiled. And it seems like video game companies themselves are also getting, well, a little bit impatient with having to wait for Nintendo. I feel like there are a myriad of games that are going to be coming to the upcoming Nintendo platform that unfortunately companies can't actually say are completely confirmed for it. But what if a company decided to kind of skirt around that, do something very interesting, and essentially confirm that their game is for the next generation Nintendo system? Now, this isn't a small indie company just trying to get a rub like we've seen with whenever a new console is coming out. You get these crazy tech demos from these random fly-by-night indie companies. This is actually a company that exists. They've been making games and they have a big development team behind it. And I, of course, am talking about Playtonic. Now, Playtonic, of course, released Yooka-Laylee back in 2017. And it was a game that was met with kind of mixed reception, I would say. You know, the core ideas are really good, but unfortunately there were some technical issues with the game. Some people do absolutely love it, though. Well, Yooka-Laylee is now getting a enhanced version called Yooka-Replay, and it will be available on PS5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo. So that's a little bit interesting there. They have a new trailer for the game as well, which we will take a look at. And honestly, like, this looks really good. I'm a huge fan of 3D platformer games. I actually enjoyed this game kind of for what it was, but I could also see that there were, you know, main issues with the game when it came to things like performance, the lack of a map or anything like that. And this definitely looks like a much better version of Yooka-Laylee, almost like maybe what the developers wanted it to be in the first place, but because of things like time and resources, they just couldn't get it done. Now, we know that this is going to be a game that will be a bit polarizing. Some people don't like the fact that it's a 2017 game getting a remastered thing, but I think if you're fixing core gameplay issues with it, maybe that gives it a little bit more of a chance. I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer, because when you're talking about something like Horizon, Zero Dawn, like, does that really need a remaster? You know, I don't know. I feel like that's a game that was already excellent, has been enhanced for modern platforms, whereas this game, you know, it did have some core fundamental issues with it. So I think the trailer itself looks really nice. You know, the game looks really good. It looks really clean. There have been some hands-on previews of this game as well that say that it fixes issues like performance and, you know, technical issues. They've also included a map, which when you're playing a 3D collectathon, you kind of want to know where you're going, especially when it's more of an open thing. But what I want to focus on here is just the way they announce the platforms here. So you see, you've got, let's get it here. All right, so you've got Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo and PC. And you get these weird little, almost Cappy-like eyes that go on Nintendo. Now, this is the first time that we've seen a game that has been announced for Nintendo and not Nintendo Switch. Usually it is the logo. Now, basing this on the fact that this says PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, I'm assuming that this is not coming to the PS4 and the Xbox One. I think that's a safe assumption to make with this. So the fact that they are saying Nintendo with little weird Cappy-like eyes, I mean, it's clear as day that this is a Nintendo Switch successor title. And obviously, that is something very interesting, because I think there's a lot of different ways to kind of take that as a statement. So first and foremost, I do feel like people, and you probably know what people I'm talking about, are going to take this as a sense of, oh, well, this must mean that the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch successor, is getting revealed this week. or next week, like it has been for every freaking week since what, August? Like, people have been constantly making videos like every single day that, oh, next week's the week, next week's the week. And yeah, maybe it is. You know, a broken clock is right twice a day. But if you had to ask me, if I had to put money on this or something like that, I don't think this is confirmation that the system is getting revealed anytime soon. I think that this is confirmation that companies are getting a little bit tired of having to wait. Like I said at the start of this video, there are tons of companies out there that want to be able to say, hey, this game is coming out on the Nintendo Switch successor, not on the standard Nintendo Switch, because of the fact that the game probably isn't well optimized to run on the Nintendo Switch's hardware, but with the Nintendo Switch 2 specs in mind and, you know, essentially what Nintendo is doing with that system, you can get more out of it. I honestly feel like some companies are getting a little bit frustrated with this waiting period. I do feel like initially this was supposed to be unveiled maybe a little bit sooner. You got to remember, with these individual companies, they are working on the time frame of trying to make the game, you know, as exciting as they can based on, you know, release windows, on their release windows when they plan on having this game out there. And if they know that this game is coming to the next platform that Nintendo is making, they want to talk about that. You want to talk about as many platforms as possible to give people different options, to give people different sorts of ways to play your game. And this is a game that obviously is rooted with Nintendo 64 goodness. It's a 3D platformer from people who made 3D platformers such as Banjo-Kazooie. Like, this is, you know, it's a perfect fit for a Nintendo platform. But when Nintendo themselves haven't announced the game or the system yet, like, what are you going to do? You want people to know that it's coming there. If this was coming to Nintendo Switch, it would say it was coming to Nintendo Switch. Point blank, end of discussion. The fact that it says just Nintendo, though, should kind of clue you in that, hey, this is something that is actually happening. And it's good because I'm, you know, honestly, I myself, and I think a lot of other people are just tired of all these random Reset Era and Family Board accounts just talking about, oh, this game is coming out. PH Brazil, like, I'm sure PH Brazil is a nice person. Why are we talking? I saw stuff yesterday talking about Driver 1 and 2 are getting remastered for the Switch, and that's going to be kind of a layover title. Like, why those two games? like that's you have to, you can't just do like a standard remaster with that. You got to do quite a bit of work to bring those games up to par. And I love those. I love Driver 1. I thought Driver 1 was awesome. But it's nice to have something that's a bit more tangible. It's nice to have something that is a bit more sink your teeth into it, because I don't think Platonic is sitting here lying to people. You know, this is a company with a track record. This is a company that exists, and this is a company that wants to make money. And they want you to know that their game is coming to the Nintendo Switch successor. So, is this one of the first confirmations? Like, you know, obviously there's been rumors and stuff like that, but I don't think it's been thrust out there in the open quite like this one has, because, you know, they're pretty much saying it. You can't really argue with that. Do you think that this is a good sign that the Switch 2 is going to be announced and revealed soon? Or do you think that companies are just tired of, you know, twiddling their thumbs and they're taking action into their own hands? Let me know in the comments section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Yes, you got 2 videos today on this channel. You are welcome. I like to spoil you from time to time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like, comment, and share. Hit the bell as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.